And the reason I say that, you take these like Zelle fraud, for example. You've got a lot of payments fraud that's out there. In the UK, they've got to the point where they're saying, okay, financial institutions for victims of the Zelle type fraud. For those who don't know what Zelle fraud is, it's you'll get like an email saying you owe me money, or you'll get somebody that's selling something on Facebook Marketplace or whatever, and they'll say, hey, send me this much money through Zelle. Okay. Or they'll pretend to be your power company or the IRS or some bullshit like that.
Well, that one you should know by now that you don't.
You should, yeah. But that's not always the case. So, and especially, so take this, you say you should know, but say I go on the dark web, I buy your complete identity profile for, say, $70. So I know everything about your background that I possibly need. At the same time, maybe I'm able to find some banking information about you, some of the transactions that you've done. What I'll do is I'll spoof the phone number of your bank. I'll either call you directly or I'll send you a text message saying, hey, did you approve this transaction on your card? Of course you didn't. So you'll say, no, I didn't. And immediately you get a phone call from me. Looks like it's coming from your bank. And I'll start quoting stuff back to you. Hey, the last 4 of your social is this. Hey, you live here. You've been here this many years, blah, 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 blah. That's enough. Remember, I said I had to build trust with that potential victim. That's enough to get you to trust me, for me to convince you that I am that financial institution. All right, so then what will I do? Well, then I'll say, well, let me check and make sure everything's okay with your account. I'll pause, act like I'm accessing your account, and I'll say, now you're logged into your account right now, right? No, I'm not. You're not. Well, someone's logged into your account right now. We need to secure your account before it's all stolen. What you do is quickly send this amount of money over to Zelle. That way we get it out of that account. We put it in a temporary account, and we will protect you. Okay, so done. You're done at that point in time. That is a very common type of fraud. A lot of the victims.
It's amazing that people would fall for that, though. I mean,
it is.
And Zelle has a limit. Like, I think it's like $2,500 a day.
Something like $2,500 a day.
Yeah.
So, but a lot of people fall for that fraud. But here's the thing. If you're in the UK and you fall for a similar type of fraud, the UK has passed legislation where, hey, the financial institution is going to reimburse you for that. That's not the case in the United States. In the United States, it's the choice of the financial institution if they reimburse you or not, and most of them won't. All right, so that victim is then out of money. Now, where does that line fall as to what that victim is responsible for and what the victim, because there's two victims. There's a financial institution and then there's the person, that individual. So where is the responsibility? Where does that lie at? And it doesn't, obviously it's not completely with the financial institution, but it's not completely with that victim either, because that financial institution is much more privy to the information that's going, that the payment that's going along those rails. They are able to see when the account was set up, who it's being sent to, who's received money, blah, 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 blah. Is there potential fraud on that account already? They're able to see these things that individual victim isn't. So there has to be a line of responsibility that incorporates both of those victims. And so far, we're not seeing that, but we need to figure that stuff out. We absolutely do.